Hello and welcome to a very special bonus episode of Wholala. Now, as you may have seen on our socials recently, the two halves of Wholala are not here today. However, I'm not here alone. We did a little call out on the Wholala socials to see who could be my amazing, fantastic, brilliant co-host for this episode. And guess what? We have found someone to fill Alice's very big boots. Give us a big round of applause to introduce my new co-host, Laura Caley.
Hello! And you said my surname right. So many people don't on first try.
Did I? Amazing. I find there's so many people recently I talked to and they're like, oh my God, you said it right. And I'm like, do people say it wrong?
Yeah, people pronounce it like it's spelt with a K or like add extra E's in there, you know.
Callie.
Yeah.
Callie. Well, my surname's Player, so people, they don't always get it wrong, but there's always a joke to be made of it.
Fair.
Oh, thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing tonight?
I'm very well, thank you. Just watched the special and most of the rest of Children in Need, but really happy to be here to talk about it.
Oh, I'm so grateful you're coming with us. Now, I put the call out, obviously, on the socials to have a lot of people coming on, and your messages, I saw you retweet and it messages on Instagram, and I'm very, very glad. I want the audience to know, listening, it was a very fair and unbiased random decision as to who won. Well, actually, funny story, we had a winner for the to co-host who couldn't end up doing it, so I'd actually messaged Laura before, being like, really sorry, you didn't win, we'd love to have you be a part maybe in a future episode. And then like an hour later, I messaged and was like, actually, are you still free?
And because I have no life, I was.
Well, me neither. As you can tell, this is my life. So I'm doing this with you, and I'm so happy that you're with me. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, no, really pleased to be here. I've listened to the... How long have I listened to the pod? You randomly popped up on my TikTok a while ago, and I was like, wait, these guys talk Doctor Who, and I don't know anyone else who talks Doctor Who in my day-to-day life. I need this. So I've literally just listened to the backlog. There
are so many people. It's actually insane. The only people who I knew in my real life that liked Doctor Who was Alasdair until a year ago. And then exactly like you, on my TikTok and on Twitter and stuff, I just randomly started getting all these Doctor Who people, and now all of a sudden I have all these Doctor Who friends.
I do think there's a renaissance at the moment with obviously the 60th, because I've had friends who watched it when we were kids who are now like, oh, I'm going to watch it again now because David Tennant's coming back, and it's but they're coming to me and being like, you need to tell me what's happened over the last 7 years because you're the only one who's watched it.
No, literally, the amount of people that come in, they're like, oh, I do want to get into it, but I haven't watched it in a few years, I don't really know, and I'm there cracking my knuckles.
Literally.
Right, you sit down, baby, I'm ready to tell you a story.
That being said, I do have one of my best friends, Rachel, she is a massive Whovian, so I'm not including her in this conversation. We do talk Doctor Who all the time. So.
Rachel, we love you. We love Whovians. We love people called Rachel. Shout out to Rachel.
Yeah, indeed.
And I mean, what an amazing mini-sode to be talking about. You and me are literally talking about the first part, the introduction to the universe. I feel like we've had classic Doctor Who. They're rebranding the new series as Series 1. So this literally is the kicking off of the Whoniverse era.
Indeed. And it was, I don't know, interesting, exciting, all of those things. It was so amazing to see David Tennant back. It was I was literally had such a rush of nostalgia, I think it was. Just oh my God, he's back. Get ready for this next era. I'm ready for it.
No, completely. I saw someone tweet earlier today, and it sort of perfectly encapsulated what I was thinking. They said, seeing David Tennant as the Doctor but in brand new content is the weirdest feeling of comfort and nostalgia, but also new and exciting. Yeah. And I think that was the perfect way of describing it.
Yeah, completely. I absolutely agree. And I knew Mawaan Rizwan was in it, and he's just wonderful. So I was so excited he was going to be in it, and excited to see what he was going to do.
Amazing, and also so hot.
Yeah, obviously. I loved him on Taskmaster was my first introduction to him, but then I've watched a bunch of his stuff since. He's brilliant. So yeah, I was so pleased when I saw it was him in it.
I think the first thing I saw him in was in 2020 in lockdown. It wasn't Children in Need, but it was a sort of Children in Need style show where they were raising money for COVID, and he was one of the hosts of that. And I think that was the first thing I saw him in, and I just remember falling in love with him.
Yeah, I think I can remember what it is, but I can't remember what it was called.
It's in the back of the head. It's in the back
somewhere.
Of the head. So for anyone who hasn't had a chance to see the special, you have to go on the Doctor Who BBC YouTube channel. They put the entire short available to watch there. It did originally air on BBC Children in Need, and I want to give a little shout out for everyone to please, if you can go donate to Children in Need, please do. You can donate on bbc.co.uk/Pudsey, any amount, or you can text 5, 10, 20, 30 or 40 to 70701 to donate that amount. That's £5, £10, £20, £30 or £40. So it's bbc.co.uk/Pudsey or 70701. So for anyone who hasn't seen the short, again, go watch it on the BBC Doctor Who YouTube channel. But it's basically a 5-minute short that introduces the 14th Doctor to Skaro at the genesis of the Daleks, where we see Davros and one of his Khaled assistants building the first ever Dalek. Now, Laura, what did you think of the short?
I loved it. It looked very futuristic, given this was obviously like past Skaro. But I loved the implication that Russell's come in, this whole new era, and he's just instantly gone, no, the Doctor named the Daleks and gave them the plunger hand. Just straight out the door. I'm like, yes, this is the energy that we want from this new era. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I thought it was just short and sweet, but you know, that was kind of what we needed, I think, to kickstart the excitement going ahead of the 60th over the next few weeks. And my favourite line was, obviously, just because I love Jodie's Doctor as well, but obviously 60 minutes ago I was this really brilliant woman, and I was like, yes you were.
Yes, you were. This is the thing. I heard so many people talking. They were like, and this was like months ago, they were like, oh, they're gonna, get rid of Jodie's era.
No.
All these, like, men that were like, well, we're going back to good old Doctor Who, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then, like, you kind of forget that, like, David Tennant and Jodie Whittaker are, like, best friends. Mm-hmm. Russell T Davies loves Doctor Who in general. So I absolutely love that in this 5-minute short that introduced the universe, they already paid homage very, very consciously to Jodie's era. I thought that was amazing.
I want to know, are we going to find out what happened in the 60 minutes? Like, what got him to
We sort of do. There actually was. So in the Doctor Who magazine issues since Jodie Whittaker's regeneration, there's been a comic series going on called Liberation of the Daleks, which actually picks up exactly when the 14th Doctor was on the cliff having just regenerated. It shows them going into the TARDIS. And I haven't read the whole comic. They have just released it as a full book if you don't want to read individual comics. Okay. But the Doctor ends up, I think, on Skaro, and it's a whole big Dalek story. And it ends with him flying away, and I remember seeing the last word was, I don't want to end up on Skaro anytime soon, knowing that would then tie into this. So Russell knows what he's doing. It's all connected.
He's a genius, that man.
He really is.
No, I've missed that. I'll have to have a look at that.
No, for sure. There are clips of it online and stuff, but you should definitely have a look and see. I think they are releasing the entire thing as a book, so keep an eye for that.
But yeah, the energy of it was just great, because it was just so nice to have, or just at least to see David as the Doctor again. But there's obviously, there was still a feel of like, oh, this isn't the 10th Doctor. This is a new Doctor. And it's like, that's really exciting as well, because obviously just because it's a familiar face doesn't mean it's the same character. And I don't know who it was on Twitter, but X or whatever the hell it's called anymore. But whatever it's called. I can't remember, but I have just seen a tweet that said something like, how to know it's not the 10th Doctor, because he said, I'm just gonna go, rather than I don't want to go. So,
literally, if you needed any more of an indication, that's what it is. I'm off.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was exactly what you want from a Doctor Who show and Need Special. Like, we knew going into it there weren't going to be any huge stakes. Like, I remember hearing some people be like, we're going to see the new TARDIS interior, we're going to see a new Dalek design. And I was like, but we all just need to take a breath and calm down. Yeah. Exactly. I thought it was exactly what I wanted. It was fun. It was silly. It didn't take itself too seriously. One thing I loved about it is bringing Julian Bleach back to play a young Davros.
Yes.
I thought that was genius of Russ. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, it took me a minute to realise it was him, but I was kind of like, the voice is so similar.
The voice. And
I was like, so I Googled it literally after it finished, and I was like, oh, it was him. I was like, amazing. So I love the continuity side of it. It was brilliant. The thing that was I was watching it with my parents, because and my mum was like, the music is very intense in this. And I was like, actually, she was right. I was like, the music was getting very like big at the end of it.
It was very like,
yeah, it was very jolly, I think, for one of a better phrase.
I actually texted Alasdair just before I came onto the call, and he was telling me, because he loves soundtracks and all that. That's his niche. And he loved it, but he was a bit like, it was an interesting choice, especially at the bit where like he sees the Dalek and you kind of expect it's going to be like, no. And it was very like, but it was fun. It was, and I loved when the TARDIS flew and it like crashed into the wall. I feel like that's going to happen quite a lot. Like, have you seen in the trailer the bit where the TARDIS like crashed into the wall? I feel like that's going to keep happening. But that was really like Doctor Who, and like I could just hear it was. I mean, Sega Nakanola, who scored Jodie's era, did an incredible job. Like, she is the Doctor, and the Doctor's theme is amazing. But I just have such nostalgia for Murray's music as well, that I can hear it's his music, and it was amazing. I'm
not really a massive soundtrack person, like I don't listen to it, but there's two soundtracks that I have in like my normal playlist. One is I Am the Doctor, and one is the Pirates of the Caribbean theme tune. So those are the only two soundtracks I listen to.
No, those are literally like two of the best
But
pieces of score you could listen to.
I think, yeah, and it's that the music of it was maybe an interesting choice, but I think I guess it was to sort of tie into the whole it's a little special, it's just a bit of fun kind of thing. It was trying to be like, this isn't too serious. Yeah, I'm just excited for the 60th now, and so we'll see where this all goes.
Yeah. No, exactly. I feel like the 60th is going to be a mix of like fun, sadness, drama, and all of that. And I think we needed this short, especially within children, need to just be lighthearted. I think that Moan Rizwan was incredible casting. Perfect like level of like funny kind of like, he can play that like dodgeriness really well, where he's kind of like flipping about and the Doctor accidentally invents half the things that make a Dalek, and he's just like, yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Like he was so good.
He's great, and he's one of those people that when you see someone like Moan on like in something, you're like, oh, this is going to be good, because it's like he's very safe is maybe the phrase. You're like, there'll be something quality like in this.
Exactly.
And yeah, I thought he was great addition. I don't know if he will, but obviously it would be great if he came back at some point. Maybe if people liked the short enough, they might be able to do some kind of story with this. I could see them doing like a very Doctor Who-y thing of just bringing him back in I could see him in like a present day role as like a companion or something. Like I don't think him being in it before would stop him. I mean, Peter Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi was in 3 roles exactly.
I've just in like anticipation for the 60th, I've just rewatched like all of series 4, and it was fully kind of not forgot that Peter Capaldi was in, but seeing them together, you're kind of like, you're like, there's a lot of people.
And Karen Gillan.
And Karen Gillan,
in the same episode. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. So it'll be, I'm looking forward to the next 60s and things like that.
Well, what are you excited to see in the upcoming era?
I don't know. There's so many like theories flying about that. I'm trying not to listen to some of them because I'm like, I think I just want to be surprised. But I cannot wait to see Ncuti Gatwa, because I like literally the second I first watched Sex Education, I was like, this guy is a superstar. And when he got announced as the Doctor, I remember there was a text thread between me and my friend who's like big Doctor Who fan and big Sex Education fan, and we were both just like, oh my god, this is incredible. So cannot wait to see him. So I obviously the 60th is very much focusing on the 14th Doctor and Donna, but really excited to see how Ncuti fits into this. But then also just the whole nostalgia thing of David Tennant and Catherine Tate being together, because I think they are my like favourite. I think series 4 is probably like my comfort Doctor Who series. Maybe it's like those are the episodes I can rewatch constantly. And I love their chemistry together on screen, and literally the thing in the trailer when she's like, there's something so bad the TARDIS ran away, then let's go kick its ass, and I'm like, fuck yes. I'm like,
she is back, baby. Have you seen the clip? It was on TikTok, but I saw it on Twitter. With Donna, they've just released a new clip.
Get off me, space rat.
Get off me, space rat. Yeah, exactly. I was like, she is back. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, it would be so nice to just have the Noble family back. And obviously, I'm actually really excited to see Bernard Cribbins, even though I think it's going to make me incredibly emotional seeing him.
I'm going to be a mess.
Same. I think I'm going to be a mess anyway. So on the night of the 25th, on the first day, I'm not actually in. I'm out for the night. No, I know. But my friend, we're going to see Michael McIntyre randomly. I know.
That's nice. It's nice to be doing something good. Otherwise, you need a good excuse.
That was the thing. I needed, yeah. But then my friend who's coming with me is staying at mine, and I said to him, I was like, look, I know you're staying here. You can go to bed. I am watching Doctor Who when we get back. So whether or not you stay watch it with me, up to you. But he was like, no, I'll watch it. He was like, I'll watch it with you, because he was like, mainly because I want to watch your reaction to it. So.
I just can't wait to see all of these like Whovian reactions. I'm hoping they all film them and put on YouTube. We're having like a mini viewing party with a few friends for it, because I just want to be around. It's going to be funny actually, because we're going to be around like Who fans, and we'll all be there like probably crying with each other. And then there's like 3 of our like partners coming
who are like, what's happening?
No, literally, they're all going to be sat in the corner like, right, okay. Like, I like it feels surreal. Me and Alistair say it all the time. Like, it just feels so surreal. Like it's been so long since they announced it. I mean, Ncuti's announcement was like a year and a half ago. Just after that, they announced David Tennant, Catherine Tate. I think it was like 2 years ago they announced Russell was coming back. I can't believe that it's literally going to be 1 week until this first special. That's insane.
Really looking forward to it, and it's just it's really. I've been a fan of Doctor Who since I was 8, like literally since the revival started. So it's like this. It's been the most constant fandom, I think, in my life.
Same.
And it's like, this show just means so much to me. And it's so nice now that people are excited for it again, because it's like, I know people have well, I was about to say grown up, but I was like, meh.
No, I know what you mean. People have like drifted in and out, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, it's really nice people are excited for it again, and I just am really excited for this era. I think looks like there's some great guest stars coming up, like Jonathan Groff. I love Jonathan Groff, like so excited for him to see what his episode's going to be. Millie Gibson looks great. Every costume I've seen of Ruby's like online just looks incredible. But yeah, no, really, it's really exciting, and it's nice that actually it's just sort of something you said like before we started talking was just like, this is like the first bit of the Whoniverse stuff, and I was like, I didn't even really clock that watching it, but yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's like, that's really exciting. I
know. You're on Wholala way before Alasdair is talking about the new Whoniverse.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, you're seeing it in Wholala history happening.
Oh my god. I feel bad now.
Oh my god, no, don't. No. He was the one that was zapped away by that little time triangle. Don't you worry.
But yeah, no, great show. I was so pleased with it. I think it's just nice to see it all, really. I'm just really excited to see where it goes. And obviously there's loads of like theories and rumours flying around about the 60th, but it's like, I feel like I just want to see it and appreciate it for whatever it's going to be.
I know.
And it's, either way, it'll be like, I'm assuming it's just going to be iconic, because like the 50th was iconic.
The 50th was iconic. It's going to be amazing. From what I've heard of the people that went to the screening, there's been no spoilers, luckily, but what they have said is, if you're a Doctor Who fan, you have a lot to be excited for, basically.
Yeah, and because obviously there's so many things about like older companions coming back, and even other doctors. I did see a video of Matt Smith at a convention this week where he was like, "No, I'm not in the 60th," and it's like,
I'm still trying to work out. I'm like, but are you
but
it's
like, but even if you were, you wouldn't be able to say Matthew. So.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, that sounds a lot like someone returning to Doctor Who
would
say.
Yeah.
Well, to round off this bonus episode of Wholala, I would love it if you could summarise what you thought about Destination Skaro in 3 words.
Exciting. Funny. Oh, this is a lot of pressure for a third word now.
I know.
Do you know what? Let's just say it. Amazing.
Amazing. Great words.
I'm just excited now. I'm like, I want to watch all the episodes.
Yeah. Exactly. No, literally, I think mine exciting would definitely be one of mine. Camp. I'm going to get camp as one of mine. And, oh my God, now I'm thinking about what my third would be. Joyful. Joyful would be my last one. It was a joy. It was a joy to watch.
Yeah, perfect. I think that sums it up. And it's all for charity. So great.
And it's all for charity, exactly. Please do donate to children in need if you can. If you have the money, again, you can donate on bbc.co.uk/Pudsey or by texting 70701 with 5, 10, 20, 30 or 40. Well, thank you, dear listener, for listening to this fun bonus episode of Wholala. That's very presumptuous of me to say it was fun. I hope you had fun.
People might be like, they hate me. Hopefully not.
They hate us together. No, I think we're a good duo. I think we're almost as good of a duo as the Doctor and Donna.
Yes. Oh my God, that's the highest praise.
Well, as always, you can find us on our socials, all of which are at HulalaPod. That's Twitter/X, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, all of which at HulalaPod. And you can also rewatch old episodes of the podcast on our YouTube channel, also at HulalaPod. Now, this bit is normally what Alice does, so I'll see if I can remember it. We would also be super grateful if you could leave us a review wherever you're listening to this podcast, be that Apple or Spotify or Google or Amazon Podcasts. If you could leave us a 5-star review and a lovely little word, we would very appreciate it. And Laura, please tell everyone where they can find you, if you want them to find you.
If you want to find me, by all means, tend to be either on Instagram or Twitter. My Twitter, or X or whatever the hell it's called, is at House of Caley, which is CALEY. I just tweet about TV shows that I like and random stuff in my life, but feel free to come say hello if you want to. But this has been so fun. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you so much for coming on. I have loved having you with us, genuinely. Well, thank you again so much for listening, and we will see you this coming Thursday for the 60th anniversary special of Wholala. Thank you so much. See you soon.